Hey, welcome back to Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Vinny, and relax. I sold call options. Okay, I didn't sell my shares. I had to buy them back. The damn call option that is. But Dylan asked an important question: Is selling covered calls worth it? I wanted to recap the last couple months of my Alibaba covered calls and see if I've been wasting my time or if I'm actually making a little bit of money. I don't know.
He's a hypocrite. He sold everything. He's lying to you. If you like this kind of entertained cyber content, we're Two Stupid Guys trying to figure everything out, give us a like. I'm just going to go.
Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks.
It's just laziness.
Yeah, it's all good. Is it worth it, right? Covered call, for those of you who don't know, if you own 100 shares of a stock, you can sell someone the right to buy your shares on or before a certain date at a specified price, and you can collect some premium. Basically, to me, it's like if I owned a house, I can rent out the rooms, right, or the house itself, right? Basically, that's what I'm doing is I own this stock, and I can rent it. I can say rent someone the right to buy it, in a certain time period for a certain price, and make a little bit of income from that.
Right.
Well, I've been
Oh,
doing
you
it on
did all the
Alibaba.
math. Oh, man.
Yeah, I
This
did
is
do all
cool.
the math. The real question is it worth it? This is all my covered call options trades on Alibaba over the last 3 months, basically. I just started at the beginning of the year doing this. I literally brought my position in my one main account up to 100 shares just so I could start doing this. Ended up buying a little bit more, but that's kind of regardless. These are all the transactions I've had. The data of the transaction, what strike I was trading, what I collected, and what I want it back for. This one kind of hurt right off the bat, where I took a nice loss. That's unfortunate. Put it that way.
So wait, so
Then
on the 7th, you had to buy for
yeah,
725 because it
it
was
had
this
popped
covered
up.
call?
This was a covered call, so I didn't want to sell my share, so I had to buy back the call at a loss.
Okay.
Yeah, so I sold it for 120. I sold 129 bucks. Had to pay 725 to get it back.
Oh,
I know, right?
okay.
My first one, but I kept going, and it worked out okay for a little while here again. So sold for 149, expired, so I got keep all of that 149. Sold to open 120, bought it back at 60, collected 60 bucks. Sold to open again 130, bought that back at 57, so that was the $73. Sold to open 176, bought that one back for 6 cents, so I got to keep 170 bucks. Sold to open 123, bought it back for 17 cents. So that's like 110 or so I kept. Sold to open the $100 strike that was expiring March 18th on March 11th for a week out. But mind you, at the time, Alibaba was trading what, like $80 a share? We can look at the chart real quick if you want.
74. It was even
74,
worse.
right? So I was well far away. Only collected 70 bucks, but I'm like, whatever, lower my cost basis a little bit. Of course, and then the Chinese Communist Party came out and had all those positive things to say. We did a separate video on that. And this Alibaba went on this absolutely epic kind of bull run there. And I had to buy that call back just yesterday for $7.97 a share, which definitely hurt.
To be fair, I don't think anyone saw a 40% rise. So at the time that you bought this, it was in the mid 80s. It dropped to 74, and now we're at 1019. It was like in the span of like 4 days.
Yeah, absolute insanity. So, all told, I collected almost $900 in premium doing this over the last 3 months, but I had to pay $1,600 and change to buy everything back. So I net lost $765 doing this over the last couple months.
So
Yep.
you could have been positive if you had just not played it so close, right?
If I was willing to let my shares go.
Or, I mean, your strike could have been a little bit higher, though, right?
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. So generally, I've been playing what's called a Delta 30 call. Now Delta 30 is Delta is one of the Greeks, and it roughly approximates the likelihood of that option being in the money at the time of expiration. So Delta 30 means there's about a 30% chance that option is in the money. That's typically where a lot of like covered call sellers sell their covered calls. However, let me go to the next slide here. So for those of you who don't know, this is a bell-shaped curve, and options prices are designed to kind of replicate like a bell-shaped curve, meaning the further you are away from the money, the less value it has, less likely it is to reach that, because things tend to stay around the median, right? Remember stats? You take
Yeah.
stats in undergrad? Yeah, of course, right? It was an entry requirement for us.
Standard deviation bell curve.
Yeah, exactly. So I sold a total of 7 covered calls at about a delta of point 0.3. 2 out of the 7 ended up in the money at time of expiration, which is about the 0.286, meaning roughly accurate to what the delta value predicted. Interesting, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I am going to make a little adjustment. Am I done selling covered calls on Alibaba? Nah, I'm too stupid for that. Why this channel's named this? Uh, so I'm going to start trading at the monthlies, and I'm going to go to a delta of about 0.10, meaning it only has about 10% likelihood of being in the money. Premium is going to be lower. It's going to take me longer to kind of regain, what I'm net negative now on my covered call kind of basis here. But I was just looking at it today that right now, if I sold April 14th, 140 covered call, which is where the delta 0.127 is right now, which is, around a delta 10, I can collect $130 in premium, start maybe chipping away at that loss a little bit.
Have you thought of not doing the percentage of the delta and instead just doing support and resistant lines? So like slightly above two resistant lines?
Yeah, no, the resistance lines is certainly something I look at. Um, it's it's definitely something that I use to help pick the call strike, but it's not the only thing in isolation, because it can still break
Okay.
through resistance line. It's just less likely.
Yeah, but you get some hesitation is what I'm wearing. So here I'm gonna show you something here.
Yeah,
On
pull the
if you
chart.
had used resistance lines. So don't be overwhelmed. We have a video of how I found all of these. I've had these on my chart now for a while. But would you buy like around here? Right here. So the next resistance is actually 109.95. It closed
Okay.
just under it. It wicked up it, closed. So theoretically, couldn't you just do covered calls in between this 129 and 137 area? Because it should hesitate around 129. There's going to be a lot of stuff there. There's a 100 moving average. There's, all of these wicks, which is why I put this here, and all these closes. So you could
Yeah,
sell like a 130 and, I mean, should be okay.
maybe get a little bit more premium is kind of what your argument is there.
Yeah,
If
I
I got
just
if I sold the 130 right now, that's selling for about 230. So I would make an extra $100 selling the 130 as opposed to the 140.
when does it expire?
Look at the same expiration date, April 14th.
April 14th.
Yep.
That's kind of a long time. The problem is, in 4 days, we went from $72 to $109. So really, everything seems very scary right now.
Yeah. That was a very aggressive move. It's unlikely. I feel like to continue a pattern of that rapid a price change. You're gonna see implied volatility contract as the stock finds a new kind of happy medium channel.
Right. All right, let me ask you another question because you said yours is in a month.
That's what I was thinking of doing. I haven't sold it yet, but April 14th was the one I'm looking at right now. That's the next monthly expiration cycle.
What if you did every 2 weeks? I know that you get about half because then it'd be safer. You can adjust your pricing.
So you can. The problem is with doing them a little bit shorter term, which is some of the ones I made were very short term, is that that bell shaped curve kind of narrows, right? Like the
Yeah.
predicted values the stock could have are narrower. So you have to go closer to at the money to get the same like delta value and like a similar premium.
Okay. Would it be similar if you did uh, one in 2 weeks and then another one, and when that 2 weeks is up, and then another one in 2 weeks? Would that be close to the 1 month premium? Have you
It'd
just
probably be a little bit higher if I look at that. That's certainly something I can do. I think it usually comes out a little bit higher if you're doing the 2 week and then 2 week. The other thing that I probably should be more disciplined about, and this probably would have saved my ass, at least on this most recent one, is that a lot of folks will tell you that once you get to 50% profit, you should just close the option, like close it, sell it, and reopen a
right?
new one. I did not do that. I want to say I was pretty close to about the 50% level in terms of profit on this one. On like Tuesday, the day before that massive 36% bull run.
Yeah, that was an absurd day. Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's interesting thoughts though. I'm still working on this, refining this, and you know what? Like if I lose out a little bit of money because of it, it's still a learning process, and as long as like I'm continuing to increase my knowledge base and confidence regarding it, I'm okay doing that.
Got it. Yeah, I was thinking about starting this because I got 200 shares. I can do 2 calls. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
now you've
dude.
seen some of the caveats about it.
No, so I've tried this strategy once, and the first time I did it, I got called, and I was like, "Screw this!" It was the first time, and I didn't even do 30. I had 10. It was the 10% one.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
was
that's intense.
It's on a video somewhere. I don't remember what the stock was, but it was my first time doing it. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I ended up losing like $600. I was like, "All right, screw this."
Yeah, 1 in 10 opportunity, and it hit Dylan on the first try.
First try. I was like, "Nah,
Yep.
screw it. I'm not doing this crap anymore." All right, guys. Well, let us know where you're at on Baba and if it's going to kind of break through this next support to 130. Oh boy.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. We'll catch you in the next one.
Later.